direct connections. So this is a quick logical representation of how the VPC peering works. This is a setup. Let us say the left hand side, that is the orange security group and blue security group are part of two different VPCs, and you want orange to connect to blue now. So this is the traffic that you want to allow. So what you do is you go ahead. The step one is initiating your VPC peering request from the first one, and then the second one will receive the request, and what you need to do is you need to accept that request until the second VPC owner, it might be your own account, it might be some other account, it must be in the same region, by the way. That is one of the mandatory requirements. It all must be in the same region. So once the request has come, the second owner has to accept that request. After accepting the request, you need to go ahead and update your routing table so that the routing table knows that whenever a traffic is coming for the destination is for the target VPC, they have to create send it to this destination. This is a VPC peering connection. Automatically that will be created in your account, in your VPC account, as soon as the request has been accepted. So there are three steps. One is sending the request to accept the peering connection. The step two is accepting it, and step three is creating the route table so that you know both the VPCs have the destination routes for the other VPC connection. So as you see here the right hand side VPC is 10.555, and I go to my VPC route table in 172, this VPC, and add a destination route saying any traffic destined for 10.55.00, send it to my VPC peering connection network. So this will be automatically created for you when you accept it and you send it. And you need to go and do the same thing here also, saying the return traffic for 172 has to be sent to PCX63 blah blah blah. So that is how you set up a VPC peering connection. And the common use cases is generally these are some of the scenarios when VPC peering works. When you want to authenticate with a centralized AD server, or if you have a monitoring server where monitoring is sitting in a different VPCs, or all admin tools are sitting in a different place, or if you have one scanning server which you want to talk to a multiple resources in your AWS account. So in these kind of scenarios, a VPC peering is used. And as you can see at the bottom, VPC peering only works within the same AWS region. So don't try to create a VPCs in different region, try to create a peering connection, it won't work. So we are going to see a quick demo on how to do VPC peering with two VPCs. Let's head over to my console and see how to do that. So I'm just going to log into my account now. It looks like I have logged out. They are changing the login page slowly. We should be seeing a different login page very soon. I'm going to reuse one of the existing VPCs that we saw in the previous video as well. So we just need to create one more VPC right now. Okay, let me just click on VPCs. No, it's not there. VPC. Go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to duplicate my tab, so I have two VPC tabs. It's getting refreshed, it's getting loaded. Going forward, I'm thinking, guys, I'll write a script for creating a VPC because it makes it faster to really run a script to create a VPC. So I'm just going to filter it by Galaxy name so it is easier to see what we are going to see now. So you see here, this is the VPC we created in the previous video, which is in the 10.81 series /23. I'm going to go ahead and create one more VPC now. I'm going to use the 82 series and /23 now. Create. Just going to copy that. Tenancy default, leave everything default. I'm just think of it as a refresher. Who has not created a VPC, or whoever has not seen the VPC classes. So we just started with building. Oh, did I make a mistake of having the same 81 series again? No, that won't work. Remember, VPC peering cannot have overlapping IP addresses. we need to have non-overlapping IP addresses. I'm just going to confirm, did I make the same mistake? Yes, looks like both are same. I'm just going to delete it. I meant to put 82 there. Okay, 820023. Okay, good. We are good now. Just going to copy this. So first step is creating VPC. Next step is going to create your subnets. I'm going to create my subnets now. I'm going to type Galaxy pairing VPC 1A. 1A is always an odd number for me. So I'm going to say 10.82.1.0/24. That will give me 256 IP addresses. Just copy that. Just create. And then I'm just going to type Galaxy here so that it will filter only Galaxy related IP addresses or subnets. To create one more subnet. It is not necessary one subnet should be more than enough, but anyway, let it be a quick refresher. So 1B 10.82.2.0/24. I see. Oh right. Galaxy pairing VPC 1B. Okay. Now our pairing VPC is also connected. Now I need an internet gateway because in this demo I want to connect to both the servers and ping them or interconnect them. So I'm just going to set up an internet gateway also for my second VPC as well. So let us create the internet gateway and attach it to my VPC. So we have internet gateways, we have security groups, and I just need a route table so that I can connect it to the internet as well. Where is my route table? I'm just trying to find out. Here it is. Just going to filter it based on my previous route table. As you can see here, there is already a couple of route tables for NATing and other things. I'm just going to create one more for my pairing VPC. So RTB create. I'm just going to add a route for internet traffic and add my public subnets here. Edit. For internet traffic, this is the IP address. That is all the IP addresses in the world. Attach it to my internet gateway. Click on save. And I'm going to attach my public subnet, which is going to be one availability zone 1. That is this one, 1A. That is my public subnet. So if I put any VM here, I should be able to connect it, and we should be able to talk to it from the internet as well. So let us go ahead and create two VMs, one in each different VPC, and we will do a SSH test to see whether we can connect to them or not before we set up a VPC pairing. So so far what we have done is we just created two VPCs in two different CIDR ranges, and we are going to start two VMs and see whether we can ping them or talk to them. As of now, go to EC2, launch an instance. I'm going to use the Amazon Linux image because it comes with the AWS CLI pre-installed and makes it easier for me to work with sometimes. So I'm going to first one is going to go inside my default, the not the default one, the one that we created earlier, that is the Galaxy VPC, and I'm going to put it in my public subnet. Okay, I need a public IP address. Let us ensure that. I'm just going to do I need IAM role? I don't think so. I'm not setting up a web server or anything. I don't need an IAM role here. Probably in the next one we will do an IAM role as well. So none here. Click on add storage. Nothing here. Click on add tagging name. Okay. Server on Galaxy server on VPC1. Let me see if I can reuse that. Configure security group, and I'm going to put it in my public security group. Where is my public? Here it is, Galaxy public security group, and it should have a port 80 and ICMP ping also. So one way ping will work. Because I have not enabled the other one, we will not be able to get the return traffic as well. So click on review and launch. Launch. I'm not too sure I downloaded the key, but yesterday I was trying to change my keys. But anyway, let me launch it with that key itself. If this is not working, we'll just have to quickly change the keys. View instances. I'm going to launch one more instance very similar to this one, this configuration. I'm just going to click on this one and say launch mode like this. And come to the edit instance details so that we can change the VPC of this server so that it goes into the other VPC we created, that is the pairing VPC. Okay, great. I want to connect to it publicly. I am now. Yeah, every new VPC will have a default security group, and if we want to customize it, we will have to create a new security group. Okay, I'm just going to say pairing VPC 2. Okay, so if you see here, this must be okay. I think we have not properly set up our VPCs. I'm just going to go back and check whether I did the VPC correctly. Pairing VPC 1A correct. Okay. Okay. It should not have ICMP. I'm not sure. New next configure security group. Choose an existing security group. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was for a second confused how is that ICMP is enabled, but yeah, it should not. We should be enabling SSH traffic also coming in from the other VPC, but that will take care in the pairing traffic. Anyway, in security group also we need to enable that so that SSH traffic is allowed. Anyway, click on review and launch. Launch again, check the key, go ahead and launch it. I'm just going to head over to my VPC quickly, especially the second one, so that we can allow an SSH connection, incoming SSH connection. I'm just going to put here pairing. Okay, let's just go ahead and create another security group. Okay, it is the pairing one, not a problem. And another security group, and then I'm going to add an inbound rule to say that all SSH traffic, I can do this way also, all SSH traffic coming from another security group which is not in the same VPC, only I can do that. Leave it. After pairing is enabled, we can do that. Okay, good. We have got two servers all running in two different VPCs, and each of them can independently receive SSH traffic from the internet. and they will not be able to talk to each other directly now because they are in a different VPCs. They might be able to communicate with the public IP addresses, but that is also in SSH traffic only. Uh, if I enable SSH traffic, by default it might work because it is accepting traffic from all over the world now. I might have set up for failure myself. Just going to remove this for now. Okay, let me connect this. Click on session, put the IP address, put the password. Okay, we are connected to one server. I'm just going to rename this session as VPC 1 so that we know that easily. And I'm going to create another session with the IP address from the other server, that is our VPC 2. Although it has a public IP address, it should not connect. I just removed the route table that we just now had. It should not connect. To user. Just going to bookmark and say VPC 2 here. So this tab, that is VPC 2, in theory should not work because it is not accepting any SSH connections from the world. I just removed the router, security group also. So it should not work, although the internet gateway is active and it should accept traffic from the internet, but our security group should be actively blocking any request. As you can see here, the session is stopped. So from this guy also, if I try to do let us say SSH to this IP address, that is my VPC2 IP, public IP, it will not work and it will time out after some time. So we now that connected two servers and then we know that it is not working. Let us go ahead and enable VPC peering and see if we can connect to the other server. We can do an SSH or not. Just going to head over to my console again and going to see how to set up VPC peering. So when you head over to my to your VPC console, you can see here on the left hand side there is a peering connections. If you just click on it, it will bring you the dashboard for peering, and then on the left, big blue button is there, create peering connection. So I'm clicking on that and then I'm saying Galaxy peering VPC demo. That's a nice little name that you want to give. So who is the requester here? Who is the originator here? Let us call that a left hand side or right hand side. So here is going to be my left hand side, that is Galaxy VPC, that is my requester, and you can see here this is the IP address that is associated, and who is going to be my acceptor? It is my account or another account. So if it is, I'm going to choose it for my account right now. I don't trust any of you, so I'm just going to do it with my account only. So click on my Galaxy peering VPCs. So and you can see here the IP address is automatically picked up and shown here. All you have to do now is click on create connection. So automatically my request will be sent to the destination and it will need to be accepted because until even though if it is my account, I have to manually go ahead and accept it. Until I make my acceptance clear in the dashboard, it will be showing as pending acceptance, as you see here. So where do I do my acceptance? Select the VPC like this and then go ahead, click on actions, and you can see here there will be an option to say accept request. Go ahead and accept request. So it gives me all the confirmation. This is the source and this is the destination. Do you really want to accept it? And here is the VPC connection number that you see here. Click on accept. And you can see here it's a friendly little advice. It says to receive certain traffic, you must add a route to the paired VPC in one of your more VPC route tables. And if I click on this, it will take me directly to my routing table also. And that's what it is doing. It is directly taking me to the route tables in my region so that I can choose the appropriate route table. So let us filter by what is our focus area. So this is my public instance route table. If I go ahead and click on the Galaxy route table subnet, it should be 1A should be mentioned here. You can see here if I subnet, I have associated with the public 1A. I'm going to go ahead and add a route here. Click on edit and add route. I'm just going to say 10.82, that is my destination, that is the right hand side VPC 10.82.0.0/23. You can, in case if you want a reference, you can see here this is the local, and if there is any traffic destined for this 82 series, I should send it to the VPC pairing connection. If I just click on it, automatically the number will come. If not, you can go to the VPC pairing connection and pick it up from there. So click on save. So now we have added a route table on our left hand side. Now we need to add a route table on our right hand side as well. So I'm just going to choose this one, that is a VPC pairing route table, and I'm just going to confirm my subnode association is there for 1A availability zone where we have started our server, and click on route table, click on edit, add a route. So 10.81 here, and then 0, that is the destination, and all the IPs here, then send it to this pairing connection. Click on save. So that is all there it is. You can see it is already active. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to my console now. I'm going to try this SSH again to see if it works. If my security group might not allow this, might not be happy with this, but let us see. So by default, you need to allow your security group, even though if your peering connection or a route table is enabled, your security group will not allow your traffic. So you always have to ensure that whichever port traffic that you are accepting or trusting, you need to allow them in your security group or in your subnet level. So what I'm going to do now is go to my security groups, especially for my pairing VPC, just ensure that that is selected, and I'm going to say edit, and I'm going to say SSH traffic whenever the source IP address range is 10.81, that is my left hand side VPC 10.81/23. Anybody connecting from this series, allow them. I'm not giving the entire world, I'm just allocating a particular series and then allowing that. So for now, I should be able to go ahead and repeat this step, and I should be able to get a proper response. Let us see what happens. Oh, still it's not working. Did I give 82 or 81? Just go ahead and confirm that 81 series. Yeah. Okay. Just give me one moment. So the reason that I'm not able to connect for people who just missed what happened is my server is connected to my default security group, and I was modifying an additional security group instead of using the existing one. So to continue on the same thing, instead of modifying the default, I'm just going to head over to my network interfaces and add an additional security group to my ENI. So you can see here, where is my instance names? Okay, this is the 82 series server, that is 10.82 series, and you can see here the default security group is there for this network interface. I'm going to click on this one, attach, and I'm going to say change security groups, and I'm going to click on the next one also so that it will allow the traffic. Con save. So all that hangama with related to VPC and pairing, I'm just going to increase my security in my VP security group also. I just allowed internet traffic. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to edit it and allow only my what shall I say, my left hand side VPC alone to connect. It should work now in theory. So 10.81.0023, yep, it should work. Okay, let me head over to my terminal, and let us try to execute the same command and cross the fingers this time. Voila, it connects immediately. As you can see, we get a prompt right now. It is a problem of security group, not with net VPC pairing that we are trying to see. And it works. And if I press enter, it won't connect because I don't have the security copied over. So it will give me public key denied or I mean, the reason is not network connectivity or anything. It is that just that I need to give the key. If I do something like SSH-C, private dot key or whatever the key name that you give, and then the IP address, it will connect properly. But since we don't have the key, it might not work. So that's it for VPC pairing. That's how you create a VPC and then initiate the request for both the sides and accept the request and create a peering connection, add the route tables, and then make your instances work together.